It's always time for deals. Hey everyone, and welcome back for another great eShop deals video, where each and every week we go through the Nintendo Switch eShop and we pick out some of the best games currently on sale. And I feel like today's video is a really massive one because we have some great games that are dropping to brand new lowest ever prices, and yesterday we were hit with over 700 new deals. And that's not counting the games that were already there from the previous days. Now, just before we jump into that, quick reminder for anyone who might be new here, halfway through the video, I give away two $5 eShop gift cards. If you want to participate in that giveaway in future videos, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below. Also, if by the end of the video you're still looking for other great deals, I always link last week's eShop deals as well as the latest under $5 video, because most of those deals are still running today and I just don't repeat them 2 videos in a row. But now, with all of that stuff out of the way, let's not waste any more time and jump straight into these amazing deals. Just remember, if you are liking the content, hit that like button. Now, our first deal for today is actually a brand new one to the series, and that is the Sword of Ditto, Mormo's Curse, that is now 60% off, dropping it back to its lowest ever price of $5.99, and will be running till August 8th. Now, this game is a top-down action RPG, very much with a Zelda-like formula. I'd even go so far as to say it's like The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past meets the roguelite genre. I also do want to mention that this is a re-release of the original Sword of Ditto, and pretty much every complaint with the original release has been corrected here. A lot of the aspects of the gameplay also reminded me of elements of Breath of the Wild, where the other dungeons throughout the game are technically optional, but the more you beat, the easier the final boss will become. I was also super happy to find out that the game was made far less punishing, where the permadeath really only kicks in during that final boss section. And if all this hasn't convinced you already, then maybe the amazing visuals and superb soundtrack will. Overall, at $5.99, this is a great pickup for this week. Now, our next great deal for today is going to be on Narita Boy. That's at a brand new low of 65% off, $8.74, and this one will be running till August 11th. This time around, we've got a Metroidvania that is mostly distinguished by its Tron-like pixel art visuals. In this game, you're basically playing as a hero that gets locked in the digital kingdom and has to take up the techno sword to fight his way out and save the world. Now, fair warning, this game definitely has its slight moments of frustration and difficulty, and it's maybe not the most approachable Metroidvania if you're not already into the genre. However, if you are into the genre or you're just looking for a challenge, this game has some amazing boss fights, some really great visuals as I pointed to earlier, and on top of it, a quite amazing soundtrack yet again. But in my book, one thing is certain, at 65% off, this game really is an amazing pickup. Now, our next game for today is another one hitting a brand new low, and that is Greak Memories of Azur, that's now 60% off, dropping its price to $7.99, and once again running till August 11th. Now, this game is a very original puzzle platformer that will actually have you at moments controlling up to 3 characters at once. This is actually also a game I fully reviewed on the channel, and I'll be linking that down below as usual. Now, first of all, on the visual and artistic side, I still think this is one of the most beautiful games on the Nintendo Switch. And if you're playing on an OLED model, it'll pop even more. Secondly, I really love the storyline that was drawn into this game, where you're basically controlling 2 brothers and a sister, and that sibling love is really the center of the whole adventure. Now, the only warning I do want to give here is that first, when you start controlling multiple characters, there will be an adjustment period to understanding the exact controls. However, when you get them down, they actually work very well. Also, although this game has some very slight Metroidvania-ish elements, I really think it should be approached more as a puzzle platformer if you're deciding if you should be picking up this game. And lastly, if you really want to see if this game is for you or not, there's even a free downloadable demo, so you can actually try it out for yourself. Now, our next great deal for today is going to be on Super Meat Boy. That is now 60% off, dropping its price to $5.99, and this one will be running till August 8th. Now this game is basically a tough as nails precision platformer. And I really do want to emphasize that point because this is the type of game where some levels you'll have to try dozens of times or more before you actually get it. However, just as any good precision platformer, when you finally do succeed in completing those more difficult levels, the amount of satisfaction it provides is just one of a kind. And I still maintain today that Super Meat Boy is among one of the best crafted precision platformers we have on the system. And overall, I think what drives this one home for me is the overall comedic setup where you're a piece of meat trying to save a girl made of bandages from an evil overlord who is pretty much a fetus. But definitely, if you're in the market for an extreme challenge for this week at $5.99, you have no better option in my opinion than Super Meat Boy. So now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winners of the $5 eShop gift cards. And our first winner for today is going to be Mario VJ, who said, Blossom Tales will be my next pick. I want to play it prior the sequel came out. And Mario, that is definitely a good move because the sequel to Blossom Tales I think is going to be a pretty great game, so having the first one under your belt is going to be a definite plus. And our next winner for today is going to be Cyrus Cruz, who said, thanks for the list again, great job. And I'm really glad you enjoyed the list, Cyrus. I love making them and thank you all so much for watching the videos. So now all you need to do to claim your $5 eShop gift cards is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. So now if we jump straight back into our deals, we have a crazy one, which is Doom Eternal at a brand new low of 75% off, dropping its price to only $14.99 and will be running till August 8th. Now, I really don't think this game needs any introduction, but just in case, this game is a first-person shooter that is really defined by an amazing single-player campaign. And I've said it before and I'm going to say it again, this is probably the best game in this genre that we have on the Nintendo Switch. If I made a top 10 list today, this one would be at the top. Also, this game is another one of those miracle ports to the Switch, where a lot of people thought it wouldn't run. However, it actually runs really well, whether you're playing in docked or in handheld mode. Of course, you're not getting the resolution of the other consoles, but to be able to play this one in handheld mode, at least in my book, is well worth the trade-off. I also do want to mention that if you want the full experience, the deluxe version of Doom Eternal is also at a brand new low of $22.49, and that will give you the first part of the DLC already included. At this price, this game is an amazing pickup for this week, and one that came very close to being my pick of the week. Now, our next game for today is another crazy deal, which is Streets of Rage 4 at a brand new low, now 50% off, only $12.49, once again running till August 8th, and on top of it, this one will be my pick of the week. Now yet again, I think a game that needs no introduction, but just in case, this game is a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up. Now I say it pretty much every time, but this game is pretty much like a masterclass of how you take a retro franchise and bring it up to today's standards. Now this game has amazingly addictive gameplay that really rewards skill and practice. It also has higher difficulty modes that will really offer you an amazing challenge, and also a rewarding system with over a dozen unlockable characters. This game also offers up to 4-person local co-op, making it a great couch co-op game. And once again, it has amazing visuals and an absolutely fantastic soundtrack yet again. Also, on a side note, once you're done with the base game, the Mr. X DLC is also currently on sale at its lowest price, and that is a definite pickup if you become a fan of this game. This is definitely a game that's in competition for the top beat-em-up spot on the Nintendo Switch, and that's why it's my pick of the week. Now, we aren't done with beat-em-up games yet because we have another amazing one that's on sale. That is Fight and Rage, that is now 55% off, a brand new low of $8.99, and once again will be running till August 8th. Now, as I just mentioned, this game is another 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up. However, this one definitely has a very different gameplay and pixel art style than the previous one, focusing rather this time on over-the-top crazy combos and action, and even so many characters on screen at sometimes that you might even lose track of your character. And that is maybe going to be my only warning here. This game is definitely among the more challenging beat-em-ups that I've played on the Nintendo Switch. However, if you're into that challenge, that crazy zaniness is also what will draw you back to this game time and time again. And in my opinion, this is definitely one of the underrated beat-em-ups on the Nintendo Switch that doesn't get enough recognition because it really is ultimately a great game with some amazing visuals, a very solid soundtrack, and gameplay that is very rewarding once again if you put the time in to learn it. Now this one also offers local co-op, however for up to 3 players, and some great unlockables to keep you coming back, like additional costumes, game modes, and even unlockable enemy characters. Overall, if you already have Streets of Rage 4 and you're looking for another great beat 'em up for this week, this is an amazing option. Now our next great game for today is going to be Windjammers 2, that's also at a brand new low, now 20% off, dropping its price to $15.99, and this one once again will be running till August 8th. Now the gameplay here is sort of hard to explain for someone who's never experienced it, but imagine a game of Pong or air hockey that has fighting game maneuvers added to it. And that will give you a rough idea of what to expect from the gameplay in Windjammers. Now although the concept is somewhat hard to explain, it's actually super easy to pick up and can become very easily addictive. And in reality, the gameplay of this new entry really hasn't changed from the original entry that much, it's rather focused on bringing the visuals up to today's standards. Now this one doesn't only have an option for local co-op play, but also online play, which is probably where a lot of you are going to be spending most of your time. Also, I do want to mention that the remaster of the original Windjammers is also on sale this week for only $5.99, and it'll actually be in the Sizzle reel in just a couple of minutes. But either way, if you're looking for an easy to pick up and fun game to play for this week, any one of the 2 entries of the Windjammers series are a great choice. So now it's time for today's Sizzle Reel of Deals, and once again, it's jam-packed with great games. So we're now at the end of today's video, and I've got to tell you, it almost feels like the summer sale round 2. And I want to hear from all of you. Let me know what games you picked up for this week. Also, I just want to take a couple of seconds to thank my channel supporters. Their monthly support is so appreciated and important for the channel. And on the way out, don't forget that if you did like the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on the notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.